Hello everyone and welcome to Seagroatt Riccardi this week. It is July 9th, 2018 and we are going to show you some select greens from our fresh cooler. Let's check it out. Our first set of greens is called Variegated Aspidistra and it is described exactly as you see it. It has a two-toned look which has green and like creamy white striations going up and down the vertical leaf. And this type of leaf can be used as cover for the insides of some vases and some containers, or it can be used for long and tall arrangements. Next up is sword fern. We have sword fern here, which has a really nice, very elongated, very tall look to it, very narrow kind of leaf as well. And again, it kind of looks like a double-edged sword, right? One thing to keep in mind too, that our particular sword fern does come vacuum sealed for freshness, so just keep that in mind. Here you can see the pretty common wintergreen boxwood. Of course, there are other varieties of boxwood available throughout the seasons, but the wintergreen boxwood is our featured boxwood for the week. Now, if you need a little bit of everything, you don't need giant bunches of one particular green or another, you can always go for the mixed greens bouquet. The mixed greens bouquet is fantastic for when you're working on more smaller projects that you need more variety in. There are different names to these bouquets, so one is called the green bouquet. Another one is Enchanted Evening. And the very last one is called the Morning Mist. Now, some florists are looking for some less expensive greenery to kind of go into their bouquets and into their arrangements and designs, and that's where Salal comes in. We have them in two different varieties, or two different cuts, I'll say. We have it in the regular size, which gives you some longer stems and longer leaves, and then we also have it in the tips, meaning it's a kind of a smaller bunch with smaller stems for shorter pieces. But on the other side of the spectrum, maybe you don't need greenery, maybe you need something a little more exotic, something a little bit taller, and just different, right? So we have some curly willow that we got in. Curly willow that we have featured is incredibly tall. I'm going to say from top to bottom, it's probably about maybe 5 to 6 feet in length. So it is very tall this week. Keep an eye on that, and if you need length, this is the way to go. Very similar to teepee, only with a more narrow leaf. This is called Phoenix Robellini, and it kind of has a really nice kind of spiky look to it. It's very chic. It looks fantastic. It has a nice deep green color tone, and it is super fresh. If you're looking for a greenery that has a little bit more aroma, a little bit more of a smell, then I would definitely suggest the cedar. I love the cedar personally. It has really nice weight to it, and it really flows nicely in an arrangement. And plus, every time I go into the cooler, I just love walking by where the cedar is placed. It's fantastic. Now, if you remember the sword fern from earlier, the sword fern is a little bit more of a vertical greenery. It has more shorter leaves. This here is western fern, and it would be, in my opinion, the kind of the big brother to the sword fern. Very similar in design and shape, just a little bit bigger. And now last but certainly not the least is our fresh sheet moss that we have available. Comes in a box or a case, as you can see here. And yeah, it's beautiful. You can get preserved sheet moss as well, but the fresh sheet moss just looks better. It just has a really nice texture to it. So if you're looking for texture, if you're looking for different type of greenery, something you can settle down into a container or kind of used as cover, this is the way to go. We do have a coupon code for you guys this week. It is called GREENS. If you type in GREENS in your next online order, you will get $10 off your $100 web order. So go online, www.seagroattriccardi.com, type in GREENS, and you'll get $10 off your next $100 web order, and that expires next week. So we hope you all had a wonderful 4th of July week last week and also over the weekend. We are back at it, though, and we will continue to do that. Please follow us on YouTube, subscribe, super important. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and we will see you next week.